Well, what a day for Memphis Tiger football. Being able to come in and and sign our first full class here today. We're able to bring in 21 members to this year's signing class. That's including the 5 guys that signed at midterm. Just an incredible group. I mean, we were able to address many needs. We were able to get longer. We were able to get faster. We're able to get more explosive at just about every position that we had across the board. And, I'd like to kind of start off thanking my coaching staff. The job that they did in such a short period of time was incredible. We're a staff that is built off of relationships. We're a program that's built off of family. And these guys were able to get in front of these student athletes, in front of their coaches, in front of their families, in front of their loved ones. And, be able to talk and share a vision and a dream of where Memphis Tiger football is going. And those relationships, the job that they have done, and the quality of the young men that we're bringing in, I could not be more pleased with. I'd like to thank Sherry Schwartz. Sherry has done a tremendous job in getting all of our coaches lined out and getting them to places that they've needed to get to in such a short period of time. We've traveled across the country. We've been able to see a number of kids, and the job that she did was an incredible one. Our support staff, our Director of High School Relations, Marcus Bell, our Director of Player Relations, Braxton Brady, did just such an incredible job of showcasing, all the areas that we can work and help provide for these young men, not just in the academic sector or what they're going to do on the football field, but what we're going to do for them as young men and their development and their future and lives after their time here at the University of Memphis. For all the academic staff, the academic support, the professors, this wonderful university, our athletic director, our president, everybody has had a hand involved in putting together not just what I'm going to call a good class, but a great class. This is a home run hitting class as we're coming through the door here. As this program is moving forward, this class is setting the standard for what Memphis Tiger football is going to be all about. And everybody had their hand involved in it. And so I just wanted to take the time here at the beginning to thank them and thank them for the job that they've done, and also for the community. Everywhere we went with these recruits, every restaurant we went to, everywhere we went on campus, this community has embraced what we're doing and where we're going. And so this class is our class. This class is a great beginning to the future of Memphis Tiger football. Some of the things that we were looking for when we got here. We wanted to get longer as a football team. I think when you look across the board at the length of the players that we were able to attract, that's something that is going to continue to help us moving forward in pushing to where we want to be as a football program. But with that length, we also got great explosiveness. You see a tremendous amount of versatility in the players that we were able to sign. From the top down, you see guys that are playing defensive back that have also been standout receivers. You see the guys that are playing linebacker that have been up and attacked the quarterback on the line of scrimmage, but also been able to play out there in space. And so we feel like we've been able to address a ton of needs in this year's signing class. We're excited about this group, but the best thing about this group, you're going to see all the accolades, all the stars, all the highlights that you see on film. The best thing about this group is the type of young men that we're bringing into this program. It is a special group. It's a group that is definitely one that fits us, and it's definitely a group that feels like family. From the second that they stepped onto this campus, that's what we were looking for. And so, as we told them, there's 2 factors in every decision. There was 2 factors that we look for in every decision. Do these young men fit us? Do we fit them? And does it feel like family? And that's what has made this group very, very special. That is what I believe is going to help this group stand apart, here in the future. And it's a tremendous day for us, and it's a tremendous day for our university moving forward. So I'll open up to any questions, but definitely very excited about this year's 2016 signing class.
What was the biggest challenge as far as coming in on the short time scale and everything?
It was really the opportunity to build those relationships. When you have a program that's going to be built on family, you have a program that's going to be built on those relationships. That's something that takes time. And I'll tell you something that really stands out to me is are the local guys. You sit there and you look at guys like Thomas Pickens, right? Tim Hart. You sit there, Hunter Hill. Those guys they've known Memphis football. They know where this program is going. But to be able to come in here in this short period of time and to build those relationships, to build that trust, that was something that I told them it was going to be a little bit of a leap of faith. I could come in trying to sell the X's and O's, and obviously I can get some kids excited. But the number one reason why they came here is because of the family feel, because of the unique vision that is here for them, and the path that which we think that they're going to be able to excel on. But that was something that was hard because relationships take time, and coming in, there the first week of December, it's hard to build to have enough time to build those relationships. But our coaching staff did a tremendous job, and we were working with some great kids to do it with. Wonderful, being able to develop those relationships, to be able to sell the vision of where we're going offensively, defensively. That's why I coach. I got in this profession to impact young men's lives. I love the offensive side of this game. That's something Coach Long, myself, we could stay up all night, drawing up plays. The reason we coach is to impact these young men. And now being the head coach and being able to have my hand involved in every young man that's coming into this program, it's special to me because I do have a vision for them. We've got tremendous coaches that are going to bring these young men in here from day one and pour into their lives. We're going to put them in the right position to be successful, but we're going to make sure that when they're done here, that they are tremendous student athletes. They're tremendous men that are ready to achieve the highest level of success from not just their time here at Memphis, but for the rest of their lives. And so to be able to kind of handpick those guys, to be able to sit in their living rooms, to be able just to open up my heart and tell them that what we're going to be all about, that was a great experience for me, and one that we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to having a full year of recruiting to be able to continue to grow the relationships for the next year class and the class after that. But the foundation, the standard has been set. And it is I tell you, we set the bar extremely high here in year one. And once again, the job that these assistant coaches that are standing in the back of the room did, I'm indebted to them because they're the ones that made it happen, and they're the ones that opened their hearts into these young men and shared with them the vision and the path of where to their success here moving forward.
You signed 5 secondary players. Did you identify that as the biggest need that you had?
We knew that was a position of need. Last year we graduated a safety last year, and so we knew we wanted to be able to get some immediate help there. I think Jonathan Cook there at the midterm really was a big signee for us. But then when you look at in the back end, we have a lot of guys that are going to be seniors next year. We have a tremendous opportunity for these guys that are coming in the defensive backfield to come in and compete early because they're very talented. But also moving forward in the future, that was a key. This was a key year for us because of the development of of our guys that are going to be in the defensive backfield. It's going to be huge for our sustained success and the standard of excellence that we expect in our defensive back play.
You tweeted about Josh Perry. What was his story? What did he take you through that?
You talk about a crazy last 12 hours. You talk about relationships. And, Coach Lanning, Coach David Johnson, Coach Lanning had previously been at Alabama, and Josh had been committed to them all the way till the end. And the situation arose where the opportunity to talk to him about Memphis football came about last night, and he was very, very excited about where this program is going. Very excited about the men that are a part of this program, and so we were able to visit with him and his family and his coaches, and when it came down to relationships.
Last night, did you not know you had a shot at him? In other words, was that like, how does that unfold? You get a phone call?
No.
Or text, or
There was a couple phone calls, a little bit of a little bit of back and forth, with him exploring options, and we're excited to have him and what he's going to bring to our program here moving forward. We think that's a definitely a great signing day surprise for us. And
You called this a home run, so other than Cook and Perry, give me 2 or 3 guys that make this the Grand Slam.
oh man, that's the great thing. What makes this a Grand Slam is that I can't give you just 2 or 3 guys. I look at the top to bottom in this class, being able to address some of the needs that we had up front on the offensive line with guys that we were able to sign at midterm. David Moore there at the quarterback position is a guy that we're extremely high on. Patrick Taylor, a guy that was committed to a Pac-12 school that saw the fit and saw the opportunity here moving forward. The receivers, I mean, one of the big positions of need where we wanted to bring in a defensive front and linebacking core that could get to the quarterback. And I was up to Coach Randolph, Coach Ball, and Coach Landon and I. We were sitting there last night just watching through that defensive front and those guys that we're going to bring to the front seven. And man, that is as explosive as a group as I've been a part of being able to bring into a program anywhere that I've ever been. That group is a special group. Then the guys in the back end and the defensive backfield all can be impactful. It was a home run because this group, we were able to check off every box. A guy like Sean Dykes, who was already committed here, he was somebody that we had knowledge of at Arizona State, and really, if there would have been an opportunity when I was there, as a kid, we would have, we were highly considering. But to be able to come here and the relationship that Coach Dickey did with him, and then Coach Long is coming through the door, he's a perfect fit. We're graduating Alan Cross, one of the best players in school history at that position. Man, we needed a newcomer to come in and compete at that spot, and we feel like we have the right guy. And so, it would be unfair to just single out 1 or 2 guys because, across the board, there's not one person on this list that I felt like we reached for. Not one person on this list that I don't have a tremendous feel for what their success will be in the future.
You're going to be working closely with quarterbacks. Can you talk a little bit about David Moore and kind of what stood out about him?
David is a extremely talented young man. We've had a relationship with David for the last few years, and I've always kind of stayed in contact with him. And coming in, here in December, he had kind of reached out, and we were able to go back and forth. And I talk about fit and family, and when it came down to David Moore, that's what he saw here. And our relationship, the opportunity that's here moving forward, one that his family's going to be able to come and see him play every game that he wants him to come see, and the opportunity to play in this offense was one that it was perfect for us, but also perfect for him. And so I believe he's going to be a very special player and a guy who the ceiling, his potential, I think, is through the roof.
Mike, to get your message out to the guys you were recruiting, how much did you sense it helped that there were 2 straight bowl trips and a win over Ole Miss last year?
I talked about it when I took the job. There is a culture of winning that has been established here at the University of Memphis. Our expectations are to compete for championships year in and year out. We play in a tremendous conference, one that every year is going to come. Every game is going to matter. It's going to come down to one game. It's going to come down to one play. But everybody in the country knows where Memphis football is going. Everybody in the country knows the expectations. You look at what we're doing here moving forward with the $20 million indoor facility that's coming here. You look at the players that we have in place. You look at the coaching staff that we've been able to attract here, and then you look at just the general direction of the program. There's a great expectation. And so when I go and sit in a living room, I don't have to sell what Memphis football is going to become. I get to sell the next step. I get to sell the next opportunity for these young men to come into a championship-level program that's looking to elevate itself to a level that's never been seen here before. And so there is a great deal of excitement, and I think we took the next step with this signing class.
When you look at your quarterback position, and that's going to be your position, are you comforted by? You got Brady Davis coming back. You have these 2 guys that are all pretty
Well, I believe when you sit there and you talk about experience, I mean, everybody's got to start with no experience sometime. And, when you sit there and you look at this group, there's one position that I can guarantee you we will always have competition at. And that's going to be the quarterback spot, because that position, just like, I mean, that's usually going to be the key to your success. And I could tell you, when I came out to bowl practices and got a chance to watch Clay, watch Brady, watch Jason, those guys, they're tremendously talented. But we knew that we wanted to up that competition level. So to be able to go and get the best junior college quarterback in the country, and Riley Ferguson, he has a little bit of experience, not at this level, but I mean, being a All-American, junior college quarterback was pretty good. And then you bring in a very, very talented true freshman that I believe will be able to compete from the moment he steps foot on campus here. That does nothing but make everybody else better. These guys know that it's going to be it's a group effort. You can't just have one guy. And so, but I think we're establishing what it's going to be to play quarterback here with that competition, the guys that we have.
What's Riley Ferguson?
Sir? Oh, Riley brings a guy that has got tremendous arm talent. I mean, there's not a throw that he can't make. When you watch his film, he's a playmaker. He can sit in the pocket and throw on time. When things break down, he can extend plays with his legs, and be able to still make things happen down the field with his arm. And so he's a tremendous player, very, very intelligent. That was the thing that stood out to me when he came on his official visit. I wasn't just selling him. I was having my first quarterback meeting. I wanted to see how we were able to communicate back and forth, and that's where he stood out. That's where he separated himself from any other guy that we were looking at, because I knew when I was sitting in that meeting that we could definitely be on the same page. And we put a lot on our quarterback here, and he did an exceptional job, and we're excited to have him.
There's several guys that have been previously committed to other schools that have flipped. How does that work generally? Do you reach out? Do they reach out? And is that a trend that's becoming more prevalent, I guess, in recent years?
That's something that is, as you're going through the recruiting class, you're looking for certain things. We're trying to identify guys that are a great fit for us, and recruits, that's all that they're looking for, and throughout their process. And so we don't go out looking to make guys flip or to steal guys from other schools. That's not our purpose. Coming in as a new staff, we were able to identify a group of guys that we felt were perfect fits for the University of Memphis. Whether they reached out to us or we reached out to them, there was a mutual interest. And there was one that what I tell guys, the things that I tell players, and there were some guys that we were on that we were competing against some of the top programs in the country on. And the only thing that I tell these young men, follow your heart, fit and family. And we get to do this every year. Next year I'll be standing at this podium at the same time, and we'll be talking about the next batch or the next group of future Tigers. These guys that just made this decision today, it's the greatest day of their life. They get one opportunity to do this. And whether I can't tell them all that the University of Memphis is the best fit for them, but I can open our doors, we can open our hearts, we can tell them the plan and the vision that we have in place for them, and then I tell them, follow your heart. And if they do that, then no matter what happens out on that football field, they're going to be successful. And that's what makes this group special. That's what makes this class special, because every one of these guys from the top down are tremendous young men. They are following their hearts. Some of them had tough decisions. We had tough decisions. There was this group of 21 guys they're sitting in front of you. There were probably about 30 that we loved. But you only have so many opportunities. You only have so many spots available. And so we had to make some tough decisions. But it is a wonderful time to be at the University of Memphis. It's a wonderful time for these young men being able to join our program and join our existing players. Because if they didn't fit our guys, they didn't fit our program, they would not be on this list. They would not be joining our program here today. We feel like it's the best fit all around for everybody involved.
Mike, previously people would look at this job before Justin got here, and say one of the things that would be so hard about it is that you would have to constantly recruit against SEC schools. How did you kind of look at that coming in? Just where your
I believe this is this place. There are no limits to where we can go. This time, there's not a place that's more exciting in the style of play than what we're gonna do. And so, who you compete against, we had to battle against every conference in the country on just about every kid that we have in the signing class. But for us, I'm not worried about who they're looking at. I'm not really worried about who they're considering. It's about the fit. There's some guys on our list that I don't know if they had a Division I offer, but they fit us. They fit where we're going. They fit our vision, and we have a plan in place for their success. And so I don't get caught up too much on who we're competing against. I get caught up. The thing I want to focus on is fit and family, like I mentioned before. And every one of these guys that we have, I mean, we had to battle. We had to battle somebody. And I was excited about how those things played out in our favor.
Michael, you take over a program in December, and a couple months. Obviously, Justin had some guys lined up. When you took the job over, how did those relationships go? Some stayed with their commitments to Memphis, others did not. Was that more or less you guys, them, or a mixture?
Well, it was, when I got here, I got a chance to look at everybody that was committed to this university. And, we were honest with everyone. And some guys were tremendous fits for where we were and where we were going. And other guys, we told them that exactly where we were at, and they had the opportunity to explore other options as well. I can tell you that it's never an easy process when you're coming in and doing that, but it played out exactly how you would hope it would. And there were some of the young men that signed at other schools that last night I was on the phone with one of them, and I wished him all the best, and I understood. I understood the situation of what they were looking for and the opportunity that we had, and they felt it was in their best interest to go elsewhere. And you encourage them because at the end of the day, it's about that student athlete. There's some coaches that get pissed off at kids and get mad. Man, we all had our day in the sun. I got to make the choice where I went to college. And I tell you what, if these young men follow their hearts and make the decision they feel is best for them, man, I wish them all the best moving forward. And so, that's where relationships come into place, because a lot of coaches talk about it, we mean it. And so when you spend the time to sit in those living rooms and really talk about those values, well, whether you get them or not, I think it's important that you still hold true to them, even when it doesn't go your way, or where those guys are making other decisions.
You signed 21. You got room for more. Are you expecting anybody else?
Well, right now we actually are full at the time with our current initials. We had counted a couple guys forward last year. We have a tremendous walk-on program here at Memphis, and so we were able to put on 4 guys with the previous staff this last year that counted forward into this class. So as of right now, we are full with our class for this year. There are some things that you could see moving forward, but right now we are full. Yeah, we got Jacoby Hill. He made me wait a little bit, and so Coach Landon, Coach Randolph, Coach Ball, and I, we were sitting there pacing the halls. So that's why I was able to work on my Twitter game there. I was sitting there waiting around a fax machine. But
when you get that last one, is it a sigh of relief? Is it what's the?
I mean, if you consider laying on the floor spinning around a sigh of relief, yes.
You take a day off now?
Well, we're starting on 2017, so these boys better be working back there. No, we'll get a little downtime, but we're excited. We're excited about the future. How can you not be excited about Memphis football? We're going to take a couple days off. These guys need it. If you look at them in the back, they've been going hard since the day we got here. We haven't had any days off, and so I think it's good for them to get refreshed, spend a little bit of time with their families. A lot of us are in the process of moving and getting situated here, but the biggest thing moving forward is now the folks. This group's in place. Right, continuing to build relationships with our existing players, continuing to move forward on where we're going, getting ready for spring ball. We're going to be hard at the 2017 class, because when you talk about relationships, it starts yesterday. Every second, every day, don't waste an opportunity to get to know somebody. And so that's something we're going to be big on. It's something we're excited about. You look at this. You look at this city. Look at this area. We got a map as a coaching staff. I put a pin on the University of Memphis. In 350 miles, you can get to more players than you can even count. And so we have a tremendous recruiting base, and there's an excitement about what we're doing here. And so, we're not going to waste many days. We're going to rest up. We're going to spend time with our families. We're excited about the future. And so we're chomping at the bit to get out there on that practice field and continue to progress for a great season coming up.